Welcome to Ranch Life Logic, and this is Cotton. He's an American quarter horse, and he'll be our project for the next several months as we prepare him to become a useful ranch horse. As a disclaimer, I'm not a professional horse trainer or a clinician. There are several that I listen to and that I really like, but you need to take that into consideration as you listen to my advice and see my practices. I like the idea of giving any animal, whether it be a horse or a cow or a dog, an opportunity to think rather than force them to do what I'm asking or what I'm hoping that they'll do. I'm watching Cotton and seeing how he reacts, making sure that he's ready for me to approach. When he turns his head away, he says, "I'm not sure what you're asking me to do, and I think if I could, I would run away." So I wait and watch and see him turn his attention to me, and then I know he's ready to get started. Cotton has broke the lead, but we always take our horses and we put them in the round pen and we rope them. We do this for a couple reasons. One, it teaches them to lead not just on a halter, but on any rope that's around their neck. Sometimes that comes in quite handy if someone gets out and we need to go catch them and all we have is a rope or a belt or something to put around their neck. Also, with 60 foot of rope, it gives me the opportunity to ask him to lead up and he can give the pressure and choose on his own to come. We're all about giving this horse a chance to choose to come and do as he pleases and to give to pressure. So when he steps away, it's a nice way to put a little pressure on him, but as soon as he steps to me, you can see that he gets slack in the rope and I walk away and he gets to learn that if he comes as I ask, then the pressure will be off. Because a ranch horse will get tangled up in a rope from time to time or even in wire, we give them a chance to see how to relieve pressure from themselves and to think. Here, Cotton feels something around his legs, and he knows that if he stands still, he's less likely to have any problems. Now, this isn't the first time that he's been tangled up in a rope, and you can see that he's learned to think for himself a little bit. We also use this as an opportunity to pick his feet up and help him to feel relaxed and confident. Just in case he was hung in wire, I would be able to go to him and help him find his way out. You can see him licking and chewing and feeling comfortable about this whole situation. After I put the halter on him, I ask him to move around me. It's his job to keep slack in the line so that he doesn't feel any pressure on his face. I also ask him to step his butt around and then his front to start crossover and move forward. This is the same action that I'd ask him if we were working a cow and I was wanting him to move with that cow. He needs to get his weight on his rear end so that he can move more lightly and step across. I make a mistake here and fail to ask him to put his weight on his hind end and step across in the front. He just moves forward. It's not his mistake, it's mine, so I don't make a big thing of it. As he comes around, I'm going to ask him to step his right hind over his left hind. You can see him right there as he steps across. That's just yielding to the body pressure. It's what I'll ask him to do when I'm riding him, when I need him to step over just a little bit. Now you can see how I encourage him to step his front end over. I step up at about a 45-degree angle from his shoulder and ask him to move forward. That allows him to rock his weight back and step over in the front. Giving a horse a chance to rest and think is one of the best things you can do to help them along. They're not much different than people. If we put too much pressure on people or animals, they tend to freeze up and forget what needs to be done. Horses and people only really learn when we stop to think. So the best thing that we can do is stop, relax a little bit, think about our current situation, and see if there's any way that we can change it or improve it. Keeping a horse soft in the face and neck is one of the things that we're always striving to do. When we're rigid and resistant, we don't really take the time to learn new things. So what I'm doing here with Cotton is asking him to flex his nose down and over to me willingly without jerking on the rope. He doesn't quite understand what I'm asking him to do, so I'll just be patient, let him search out some answers for himself. He'll move his butt around, he'll back up, he'll search, and eventually he'll find the right thing. He's about to get it, and as soon as he does, I'll take the pressure off of the rope and let him think and see for himself how to find good answers. I'm getting ready to introduce him to something new that we'll spend a lot more time in the next video on. This flag is a scary thing to him. This is all about teaching him how to deal with fear. All of us have pre-programmed into our brain a fight or flight mechanism. If it's something that really scares us, our first option generally is to run, just like Cotton just did. He nearly ran over me in the process. It really bothers him when he sees something up over on his back. So I stop him, give him a chance to look and think and blow a little bit, and we'll start all over again. I used to think I wasn't afraid of anything. When I was a young man, I didn't feel like that there was a horse that could buck me off. But now, as an older man, I've found out differently. I think fear is a God-given gift, and I think if we use it wisely, we can be able to do many wonderful, great things, but we can't allow it to rule our lives. I feel that fear is the opposite of faith, and we must learn to overcome our fear and trust in better things. The key to overcoming fear is preparation. If I put a saddle up on Cotton now and climbed up on his back, sure as the world he would buck, and with my lack of balance, sure as the world, I'd fall off. So I'll take as much time as is needed to prepare him so that he won't be afraid of all these new things, and he and I both will be safe in the future. This world is full of things that can be scary and cause us to retreat into a hole and no longer live. My goal is to help Cotton, and you and I, to look fear in the eye, prepare for the future, make plans that will help us be safe, and then live our lives. Thank you so much for giving your time to me this day, and hopefully you'll come back. Please subscribe and like and hit the notification bell. We'll be able to enjoy this time together.